So the other day I saw a video posted by Dave Ramsey. You know, he's the retirement guy, and he's been around for years. And he has a lot of guests on there that say, I'm over 50 years old and I don't have any money for retirement. What am I going to do? Or what's the quickest way that I can save? Or even worse than that, like I'm 60 years old or 65 years old and I don't have anything for retirement. What can I do? And I watched this one video and he said something in there that I was like, I've got to share that because he's speaking my language. And he said exactly what I would think because I've been in this online space for a long time. Now, he didn't say in this video specifically, start a YouTube channel, although he could have, but he did say to start something online. Let's sit down here and let's talk about it. I'm out here by the pool, wanted to have a cup of coffee on this morning, and well, I figured I'd share this message with you. So that's what we're gonna do. And hopefully it will help you. So if you're watching this, you're probably, well, over 50, I'm gonna guess. And you may or may not have any money saved for retirement. I'm gonna play this clip and I want you to hear what Dave said. He also said something about $1,000. So let's just go ahead and listen to what he has to say.
It petrifies me to think that I won't have financial, stability, and I'm unable to work because of a neurological condition where I can't be upright very often.
Had a perfectly normal conversation here with you for 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So there is some things you can do.
Even if it's just a few hours a day or a week.
Even if it's just finding something online that you sell stuff on eBay, whatever it is you're able to do with the limitations that you have with the medical process you're facing, I'm still going to find something I can do because here's the thing. If you add $1,000 a month to this by working 5 hours a week doing something online, or on the phone or something, you change this situation dramatically. $1,000 a month changes your whole math picture.
All right. So Dave said start something online. He didn't give a really detailed plan. He did say maybe eBay. Little fun fact here. First thing I sold way back in the day, probably 16 years ago, was something on eBay. And actually my wife and I, we used to sell these wooden bridges that we would buy. There was these little garden bridges that you would buy at a place called the Christmas Tree Shop years ago. It was in upstate New York. And we bought those there for like $30 and we would resell them on eBay for over $100. We actually put our kids through private school selling those wooden bridges on eBay, by the way. So yeah, I've dabbled in eBay. It's definitely a great option. So if you are nearing retirement, or heck, even if you're not there yet, like maybe you're in your 40s watching this, or maybe you're in your 50s watching this, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to save for retirement? I would start a YouTube channel. And again, Dave said start on eBay. I think that's fine, but you are needing to find things to resell. So now you're becoming a reseller. Yes, you could right now, and I encourage you to do this, just go through your garage, go through your closet, go through a basement, and just clear it out and start selling stuff on eBay. I did this years ago with some students of mine, and they were able to produce some really good side income right there. And again, it's kind of like having a garage sale. It doesn't happen all the time, but it is something that you can do to get a little bit of a little bit of cash. So what I would suggest doing, though, is create something that has assets that will continue to build. So it's very similar to stock investing. Now, I'm not a stock investing guru, or I'm not a financial expert, so I'm not going to give you that advice. But what I'm going to give you is reality of what is possible and what I plan on doing moving forward. So I'm not really worried about the money that I have in retirement. Now, am I worried like, oh, the stock market could crash? Of course, but I have been saving over the years. But I still want additional revenue coming in so I could hold off on using anything that I would have in the bank. So I'm almost pretending like I don't have it. Let's just say that I'm pretending I don't have it. And I shot a whole video on this. I'll link it up in the description of like why I never will retire. And the reason is because I'm doing what I enjoy anyway. But YouTube is a great opportunity for you to be able to produce content like this, and then you can monetize that content. And there's a variety of different ways that you can do this. So this lady on Dave Ramsey's talk show, when she called in, I don't know what she's capable of, but he had said, hey, it sounds like you're having a pretty good conversation right now with me, so you could probably do something online. So maybe she's a really good cook. She could do cooking videos. Or let's say she's good at crocheting. She could talk to people that want to do crocheting. What if she was a good gardener? She could talk about gardening. And all of these are what we call niches, but these are things that you can literally record a video very simply, kind of what I'm doing right here. I'm literally out on my pool deck. I've got the Osmo attached to the Osmo's here, the DJI here, DJI mic. And for under $300, I've got my setup here. Now I have a phone, of course. I have an iPhone 15 that has the cinematic mode. That's what's giving this kind of blurry looking background, which always looks nice, but you don't need that. You don't have to. I'll link everything up in the description as well. Yes, they are affiliate links, and yes, you would buy me a cup of coffee, but that's my example right there, right? I'm shooting this video on my pool deck, and I'm giving this, these thoughts. I'm not even going to say advice. I'm going to say thoughts. My message that I want to share with anyone that might be in this situation. Or if you're over 50 and you're like, I haven't even started saving for retirement. Like, how am I going to do this? I mean, if you have kids, you know it's hard to save because you're paying for your kids, whether they're in sports, whether they're in theater, whatever, right? They're in school. They're doing things. They're doing activities. You're paying for their clothes. You're paying for food. You're paying for everything for this child or these children. I got 3 of my own. It's not cheap, right? Now, would I trade it in? No. But you do have to start thinking to yourself, like, what can I do? And to me, it's like start depositing into the old YouTube retirement fund. And that is this right here. I did a whole video on that too, where I talked about YouTube as being a retirement fund for myself. Because every video I get to deposit into that YouTube retirement fund, meaning this video right here could go on to make money. I've got videos on my other channel. I have another channel called Brand Creators that helps e-commerce sellers. That channel has done over 7 figures alone over the years, okay? And I've got another channel that I don't really use anymore, but I did years ago, and it built up to about a 6-figure plus business for almost 7 years in a row. But if you were just doing this on the side, you could literally take a video like this, create it, post it, and it could continually bring in revenue. I've got a video on my Brand Creators channel. I've got many, but I've got one that stands out to me that's done over $8,500 and still producing income every single month. That's just from the YouTube earnings. If you're new to this world, the way it works is if you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, YouTube will put you into their ad platform where they'll have advertisers that will be advertising on your channel. Now, this will vary, this will fluctuate. You can make, per 1,000 views, that's kind of how it works. You can make, $3 to $5 per 1,000, all the way up to, depending on the niche, $50, $60 per 1,000 views. So that's something that could happen naturally and also without you having to do any more after that video has been created. The other thing you can do is what I just did here a minute ago, is I said, hey, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee and go through the links down in the description, I'm an affiliate for these. That's how you can also earn money from affiliate products. You can pretty much sell anything that's on Amazon right now, and you can become an associate, they call that, which is an affiliate. So like I have the Osmo right here. I talk about it. I tell you that the link's in the description and you can go there. Same thing with the DJI, that guy right there, which is really, really good. If you go through my link, you purchase that, you will buy us a cup of coffee. We will get paid a small percentage. It's not a lot, it's a small percentage, but it's another revenue stream. So see, there's two things that can happen right from this video right now and me creating it once. So I'm taking 10 or 15 minutes out of my day. I take this video, I deposit it into my YouTube retirement fund, and then who knows, this thing can start producing. Even if this thing only produced, I don't know, let's say $10 a month. Let's just say it made $10 per month, this one video. Okay, that's $10 a month. What if we get 10 of those? Now we're at $100 a month, right? And what if we do more, right? It can just keep going. And that's the thing. So not every video is going to make money, but it could. And the more videos that we put out there that are helpful, that are useful, these are more what I call seeds that can start to grow. It's kind of like a stock that you're investing in, okay? And so this is something anybody can do, right? Pretty much. Even if you were bedridden, you could literally record yourself giving advice, and that would be your story. Hey, I can't do anything because I've got a health condition and I can only get out of bed 2 hours a day. God forbid that's happening to anybody. And if it is and you're watching this, my prayers and thoughts are with you. But, there's really no excuse that that would be even easier than you trying to find products to sell on eBay and then listing them on eBay and then going to the post office or even creating your labels and then getting them shipped. That's harder to me. The other thing is, let's say that that's not the situation, that you can move around and get around and drive and all of that stuff, right? You didn't have any health conditions. This is a no-brainer, because then the other thing you can do is, well, let's just say you're able to monetize the video through ads. You can also do the affiliate stuff. So if you're talking about gardening, there's going to be gardening tools. You're probably going to mention those tools. You're going to link them up in the description. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to want to start building a little email list. This is another asset that we can build that can also grow over time. And so really, there's no age limit that you can or cannot do this. But if you are, I'm 52. If I was starting today and I wanted to, for the next 8 years do this, I'd be 60 years old. I'd have all that built up, right? The other thing is that email list, and I actually did a whole video on this, and I shared how, building an email list over the last 15 years has generated over, several millions of dollars through email in various businesses, just from email. So the email list is another asset because you can sell through the email, but you also build a deeper connection and all of that stuff. I actually have a full detailed plan. I call it my 100K YouTube plan. If you want that, in the comments, just put 100K. In the comments, just put 100K. Now, that's my plan to grow something from nothing to 100K over time. And I kind of give you the different frameworks. There's actually 3 pillars that I talk about. I call it ARM. That's my little abbreviation for it, but it's basically attention, relationship, and money. Okay, monetization. So if you want that, just put 100K in the comments and I'll make sure that I get you a copy of that. But today I really just wanted to share this with anyone because, I'm just literally scratching the surface when it comes to what you can do. Yes, you can build the audience like we just said, you can post the videos and make money. You're building an audience also at the same time. You're also able to sell through your links as an Amazon associate, let's say, or any affiliate program. There's not just Amazon, there's a bunch of others out there as well. And then the third way is build that email list, but then how do you make money on the email list? I go over that. I'll actually link that up in the description and you can actually watch that video. I go into great detail on how I've been able to do that over the years. But in a nutshell, there's two other ways that you could also monetize once you build up your YouTube subscriber base. And it doesn't have to be huge. You can get sponsors now, that people that want to be featured on your channel. That's another way. And we're talking, low $300 to $500, all the way up to, gosh, depending on how big your channel is, could be $5,000, $10,000. Just one sponsor. So that's another option, right? Opportunity, because as you build this over time, it's kind of like compounding, almost like compounding, the compounding effect when it comes to stocks and even, building muscle. It's like over time, right? It gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Well, as you build that audience, you get a little bit more opportunity. And then the other way is if you were able to create courses, you could create little training courses for people about gardening, about crocheting, about pool care. The list goes on and on, okay? So this video was really for me to share with you and kind of build off of what Dave Ramsey had said to this lady, which I know that there's a lot of people out there that are in that situation where they are 50 plus and they haven't started saving for retirement. Or their worst case, they're 65 and they haven't saved anything and they don't know what they're going to do. And they're just going to live off of Social Security. Well, he talks about that in that video clip, about if you can just earn an extra $1,000 a month, changes the entire game. So that's the message I wanted to share with you today. If you want to watch the video where I actually shared the story of my first YouTube channel and how I was able to leave my 9-to-5 by building this channel to 1,000 subscribers, watch that video next. I'll share everything in detail. You'll see exactly how I did it. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.